Aquarius, welcome to your Sunday Shuffle. Like always, these are general or collective readings, not one-to-one personals, which is to say you may or may not resonate. So if you don't resonate with it at all, perfectly normal. Check your other placements. You will find yourself in there somewhere. Okay? What's going on, please, for Aquarius? Show me Aquarius. Show me Aquarius, please. Show me Aquarius. Oh, and I may or may not clarify every single card on the baseline. If it's obvious or doesn't need further explanation, then I won't. Okay? Just in the interest of trying to reduce time and not point out the obvious any more than I already have to. What's going on, please? King of Cups. Four of Pentacles. Queen of Cups. Interesting. I've got a matching sweet mate here. Three of Pentacles. Okay, the heart's not quite done with a particular dynamic with somebody somewhere. The Hanged Man. The Knight of Pentacles. Lots of folks have been showing me the Knight of Pentacles recently and the Hierophant. Okay, it's interesting. I need some perspective here. We're taking our time and we're not rushing with something. Don't know why, but there's definitely an energetic influence here that says heart space is involved, emotionality is involved, but it's at the fullest sense of self with the King, Queen of Cups. So we know we have strong feeling here. There's sincerity attached to this, whatever it is. And so far it's presenting itself as a form of friendship. We'll call it that for the sake of simplicity, but the idea is cooperative element. We still have a sort of emotional attachment to this, they to you, you to them, because I am seeing two figures here. So could be both of you. We haven't quite let this go, and we're still attached to it. We still have love for this, whatever it is. And in our future, and it's slow, and I know it doesn't look explosive, and sometimes these things just aren't. Sometimes they just move at a particular pace. And it says it's slow, and it may not have an obvious solution. But it is nonetheless moving in a particular direction. And then I got the Hierophant topping it all off in the end. So let's see how this goes. But I do know perspectives, movement, no matter how slow, we are gaining perspective, possibly changing. No rush. We just know that we want this done correctly, whatever it is. So let's see whatever this is. All right. Let's see that King of Cups, please. Your kind of overarching influential energy, the fullness of heart. Show me this King of Cups, please, for Aquarius. Show me this King of Cups, please. The Lovers, Death, the Moon. Well, it's not really dead, is it? So much as, let's just put that one away, right? Kind of a difference there between it being over and let's just put it under the moon. Could be that death doesn't know what to do with it. It's currently not engaged, so know that. Could be under transformation, which in the spiritual world means under construction. I don't know, but it's powerful. Powerful connection. It's in your heart still, and it will be for some time. So, of course, you had to pull three majors. You know, of course you did. So here we have the Lovers, Death, and the Moon. For reference, for those of you who need it, Gemini, Scorpio, and Pisces, but it's not the point, is it? It's about the energy behind the cards. In fact, I'm thinking about stop calling them out altogether because people keep misconstruing it. But yeah, no, it's a strong connection here that on the surface, by all rights, probably looks like it's over, and yet it remains under the moon. So you either took them to a quiet, secret place where you can reflect on them quietly and love them quietly and in your own way, or not all is yet known. I could easily spin these out for another hour. So, let us see. Let us continue our adventure. Let's continue our adventure, yeah? Wheel of Fortune. Time is passing as we speak. All right. Let's go ahead and... Four of Pentacles is holding on. I told you we're not done with it. Bare minimum, it's under the moon. So let's go ahead and jump right into the heart of it. Is that Queen of Cups? Show me that Queen of Cups, please. I can see that we're still holding on, and holding on likely runs both ways. If it's the Lovers, it's automatically dual in some respect. Okay? In other words, you haven't fully let it go, neither have they. It still influences. That's why I don't really need to do the Four of Pentacles. It's pretty self-explanatory. All right, let's see that Queen of Cups, please. Six of Swords, the Four of Wands, the Knight of Swords. You told yourself in your heart space that it's best that you left this behind. You know this, whatever this relationship is, however you two chose to define it. Okay, typically when I see a Three of Pentacles and a Four of Wands, there is some sort of loose constructive effort that we're in a relationship. We don't quite understand how far it's going though. So that tells me it got cut before it fully developed, or there was a really strong contract between two people to have a substantial kind of friendship. Regardless, Six of Swords, Four of Wands, the Knight of Swords. You're saying that you left this behind, you had to. It came from a place of the heart. So that means you felt that this was the correct decision to make. Okay, so you are both the King, Queen of Cups in this respect. You two, however, are still holding on in some way. I stick to that interpretation. But no, you're showing me that you have a big heart, so you might have some really heavy water in your chart. But yeah, moving on from this particular relationship, and you've continued on in this vein, and Knight of Swords, you continue to take action in your best interest, but it comes from the heart first and foremost. You've shown me that this is a huge emphasis for you. There's nothing you don't do unless you feel it first. Okay? And you tend to take action on what it is that you feel. This is your particular operating system or method as you best understand it. You take action from the heart, and that means having to move on from something that you understood was a relationship. That doesn't mean it was easy, but you also felt, again, that it was the correct course of action. And you reflect upon this. You reflect upon this, and it's still with you. And then that means by extent, it's still with them a little bit, yeah. Let's see that Three of Pentacles. Let's see what this cooperative friendship was like, or issues. I don't quite know. Let's see that Three of Pentacles, please. Let's see that Three of Pentacles. Let's see that Three of Pentacles, please. Seven of Pentacles, the Five of Cups, the High Priestess. Okay. You know, you intuitively feel that this was growing somewhere. You do. And that you did. And it might still one day, but today's not that day. You experienced whatever this construct was as being stagnant. That it served a purpose, but stagnant nonetheless. And that it accumulated to pain. Just Five of Cups, regret, emotional abandonment, having to give this up and having put so much into it and it having gone nowhere, and it still remained at the friendship level, but it's kind of like we had some sort of working relationship here. I know that. I'm not crazy, but it wouldn't go further either, so it's like, what was the point of it? And you do. Here's the thing with your intuition. You know there was a point to it. You feel it, but it's like a begrudging point. It's kind of like, yeah. There was a point. That doesn't make it any easier because I put a lot of time into this, and I was careful with it, and I was slow with it, and I still got hurt by it. And just for what? Just so I can say I had a friend, but more than a little bit? Please. I know. And I don't blame you for that. I don't blame you for that kind of energy. Okay, there's a reason you left it behind, but it's still lingering with you. These are still things that you have to work through. You know this. And those feelings that you feel are real and valid. You know. And there's that aggravation, the loss comes from time having spent in this. I don't know how much time you put into it, but I just know that the payout from it or the benefit from it was low, despite the time put into it. And the effort on both sides then was low. So neither one of you could really surpass that Three of Pentacles energy, so it stagnated about there. You and I can only put so much into this, but it's technically something. And there's resentment around that. There's regret, there's bitterness. It's like, how come I hung out this long just to see it stagnate, and we can't get past the Three of Pentacles? Why did I do this? Intuitively, you understand that this serves a purpose. You do. And intuitively, you also felt that you were supposed to, even though you knew it was going to hurt you. I don't know why, but you felt that you had to do it. You know? So it's easy to look back on it and be like, I wasted so much time. There was no point to it. There was. It's just that's the Five of Cups talking, the sadness, the remorse, the bitterness. That's that talking. Okay. You'll see its purpose in time. Just understand that until then you made the right decision. There's hints and things that there's something bigger going on, you know? And I think that's one of the reasons why you hung in there. Intuitively speaking, you felt you were supposed to, even though you knew it would be to your own cost. So I don't say wait. I'm not talking about an Aquarius that your idea of a relationship is just waiting for the other person endlessly. No, this actually had real world engagement attached to it, like real activity, but it was minimal activity. It topped out, stopped, stagnated, you name it. And you knew it would hurt you. So I'm not saying you waited at the seaside for your lover for years. I'm saying you participated with your lover in some way in the 3D. But what was built was minimal, and you both had that kind of rough agreement to put minimal effort into this, and yet emotional quality is what was lost. So the effort and time does not balance to the feelings that are generated. It's kind of like that. I know it's difficult to understand, but you either participated in that dynamic in the 3D or you didn't. Okay. It wasn't a very solid structure, but you stayed in it long enough, wrong one, to understand that it would hurt you. And you're still processing that. You're still dealing with it. And all right. Let's see that Hanged Man, please. Yeah. Let's see that Hanged Man. I want to get out of that. I can see the reminiscence of the past emotions still working on you, and I understand that. But, yeah, we need more Hanged Man activity. More time. Not just time. Time can be a useless construct if we don't do anything with it, so it's more than that. It's perspective. Real perspective. Real insight is needed about what happened here, and that will help you come to terms with it. Okay. Let's see that Hanged Man. Five of Swords, Eight of Wands, the Hanged Man. Yeah. This energy's not shifting anytime soon because we still have lessons in here about being honest with ourselves and having conversations with people and not deceiving ourselves when we talk to others. Self-sabotage is in here, how we were talking to that person, how we were expressing ourselves, that we weren't honest enough about what we were doing and why we were doing it, what we were saying and why we were saying it. No, this isn't a big deal. It's no big deal when it was, or this is a big deal when it wasn't, and stuff like that. We are picking through the bones of this particular communication with this construct, as we should. You're showing me double Hanged Man. You're still sifting. You're sorting through all this, particularly where the self-sabotage was and where the miscommunication was born and where the distrust was born, because there is distrust born here. And there's the things that we were saying and how we were trying to present ourselves to the other person, like nonchalant, like it's no big deal, when it was. And the other person was doing something similar. You were getting back a Five of Swords. You were probably putting out a Five of Swords. And it was all done through communication and a little bit of real world building. And that deception, honey, could be anything about, I don't have any expectations. None. When low-key, maybe we did. Or this is who I really am, but it's not who I really am. Or this is what I really need you to believe about me, and that's not true either. See what I'm saying? So we're picking through all that, and it's going to take a minute. Apparently there's quite a bit. There's quite a bit. And we're gaining insight now about honest communication, how we present ourselves, how the other person presented themselves to us, and we're learning things. It's like, here's what was said, and I think this was the actual reality of the situation. You see what I'm saying? Okay. I don't know why it's slow. It's slow. It's a little slow. It's a little slow. Let's see that Knight of Pentacles. Let's see that Knight of Pentacles. Let's see that Knight of Pentacles. Ooh. You have, like I said, some heavy water attached to you, like a lot. You might have some really... Aquarius may not be your dominant, and by that I mean sun and rising. Aquarius might be an obscure placement for you, because you were showing me heavy water dominance here. King, Queen of Cups came up again. So this is both you twice. You got a very strong heart. Very strong love. I know. I believe you. And Queen of Wands here. I got a Knight of Pentacles rolling up on these folks. It looks like we're having some activity generated in the future by this Knight of Pentacles figure. It's slow. I feel like everybody's getting the Knight of Pentacles, and I can tell you I triple, quadruple watch these cards, never mind what you see on camera. But yeah, no, this figure here, Knight of Pentacles, is slowly rolling up on that heart space, and I see you greeting it with a certain level of enthusiasm, hope. I don't know. But man, when your heart shows up, it shows up strongly. It really does. So when I say you take action through your heart, that's what that means. Just because something feels bad, if you also feel that it's correct, you're the Aquarius that will do it, even if it hurts. That's the Aquarius I'm looking at. That doesn't mean that you didn't engage in, some self-sabotaging communication with this person. You both did. And you both have things to learn from it. But when it came time to do whatever the right thing was, you did it. And that came from the heart, It had to. Okay, let's see that Hierophant. What's going on here? Some of that Hierophant, please. Some of that Hierophant, please. The Emperor, Two of Swords, Six of Cups. Somebody here standing in their power. Talk about strength of will. I got two very strong-willed people here. Two most stubborn fellows in the deck, if you will. The Emperor. Some confusion here. Two of Swords, Six of Cups. So this person's wanting to clear up some confusion. And it's coming from a very strong-willed place. The Six of Cups here is at stake. The soul bond, the soul connection, that kind of thing. The preciousness of it. And we want to sort through some stuff. So that's mind you, okay, I want you to take a look at all that energy. I see this Knight of Pentacles headed towards you. It's just very, very slow. You are already showing me a dominance response. You two have very dominant personalities, to both of you. I think yours is so heart dominant, though. You're so emotionally dominant. This is what I feel. End of story. I get that, though. I'm like that too. I'm the same way. That's what I feel. Deal with it. It's like that though. I can see the lightness of it because I understand the energy. That's why I laugh. So hopefully you're not offended by it, because God knows people. I'm like, why are you laughing? It makes me feel bad. I think you've got problems. That's what I think. Okay. The Knight of Pentacles. Sorry. That's the way it is. I get so sick of it when people have weird reactions to my laughter. It's weird. I know where it comes from, but also that doesn't mean I have to put up with it. Queen of Wands, the Queen of Cups, and the King of Cups. That's just your power energy in and of itself. And then I got somebody over here who's like, they are also a force to be reckoned with in their own right. Is firm. It is very firm. But here we have the willingness to clear the air and or understand. Okay, or Six of Cups. So I have two people doing their best to represent themselves. I see you listening. They do seem to have gotten your attention. When that Knight of Pentacles arrives, I could not say, but it's somewhere in your future timeline. What happens after this, I don't know. I'm not going to sit here and tell you, oh, all is well, and you two are going to be living happily ever after. All I see here is very much a strong desire, nay, determination to clear the air or confusion. If anything, it's for the sake of the connection. After that, I cannot speak beyond intentions and motivations. I really don't know. I don't know. But you will, in time. You two have had a lot to think about, the both of you. Hanged Man twice. perspective needed about the communication and how we were honest and not honest, and how the mistrust was born, and what was said, what was true and what was not true, how we were lying to ourselves and therefore the other person. Everything begins with the self, so if we're lying to ourselves, we're lying to the other person too. You know, all that. So the Hierophant and Emperor, though, they don't really play. They like clear results. So in that interest, it really does look like I want to clear up some things, if nothing else, for the connection, you know. Okay, this is the coffee cup. Rabbit. Fears. It's also said pregnancy. I'm not saying that. But yes, the idea is that the imagination can run away from us, and it could be fast and fierce and full of fear and running. Somebody ran. Somebody ran. Or they run. Someone here doesn't have not always capable of standing up for themselves and facing their fears in the moment, you know, or addressing the fears. They'd rather run away, dodge from it. It's like the Seven of Swords, the rabbit is. Yes, it can denote fertility, but that's not how I'm saying it here. It's just fears. As we know, the rabbit's very, very twitchy, and the slightest hint of danger, a sniff of it, a whiff of it, boom, they're gone. So that could be part of this self-sabotage here in the communication that I'm saying. Is somebody got confrontational with realistic communication. Somebody went, boom, I'm out. This is too hard, or it's too difficult, and off and out the door they went, you know. I can't stand up to that. I can't stand up to that. And that was a form of self-sabotage? Sure, 100%. You know, it's like some people get real twitchy, and their first instinct is to run when they should stay and confront misconceptions, issues, fears. You know, I can kind of see where you confronted yourself and said, I have to leave this behind, whether I like it or not. So yeah, going back to our top line here, the King of Cups. I'm going to default to the interpretation at this point then, that not all is yet done. And that's actually true in this respect, given the miscommunication between you two that need to hide and not be fully honest with ourselves and each other. Yeah, not all is yet known. It isn't. And I think that's where we're coming here to see this person who wants to clear up any sort of confusion, standing in their power to do so. Somebody here is acting in opposite to the rabbit, where they failed to stand up for it the first time. They might have gotten a little braver since then. Okay. That's somebody. It's whoever is that Knight of Pentacles that slowly had to make their way towards this. Okay. I hope this helped you. Put in the comments as you see fit. Take care. Be well.